Hey y'all, Joefer here, the Cranky Old Gay Guy. It is Wednesday night, and I am coming back from the gym. And I had to go to the gym because when I got home today, I spent over an hour trying to create a thumbnail for a video that I'm going to do tomorrow. It has to do with a trend online that some find very distasteful and others find great. Anyway, every time I put in a prompt, it would start to create something, and then it would come back and say, oh, you've triggered safety warnings. We got to protect the community and protect everybody who might not want to see what you're talking about. It's like, wait a minute. I put in what I wanted, and you came back with suggestions of what the thumbnail should be. And it was a cartoon. But the fact that the cartoon was blurred, safety issue. Why? Well, because people might think that there's nudity under that blur. What the hell is that about? Who's responsible for that? Jesus Christ. Anyway, we went back and forth, and I changed descriptions and criteria and suggestions, and it would just say, great, that sounds wonderful, we're going to do it. They get the image almost finished, and then they would, boom, it would disappear, and they'd say, you've triggered safety content warnings. And it's like, I took everything out of it that could possibly trigger something. And then they said, would you like us to replace the blur with emojis? No, I don't want emojis on my thumbnail. Just a big emoji. Ugh. Yeah, that was a brake squeak again. The mechanic told me that my brake shoes have a lot of life left, and that they've gone down like less than a third, and I guess you can go down almost 3/3 before you have to replace them. So I might just have to put up with that squeak. But that's not what this is about. This is about me arguing with AI, and I need to know, can I ever win? I say, well, pass this on to your developers. Come up with an adult-oriented Copilot AI, not porn, but something that doesn't get flagged just because it's showing a bare chest of a guy or a man in a bathing suit. Yes, that got triggered as well. I had a man in boxer shorts, big baggy boxer shorts, not showing anything. It said, great, let's do that. That was part of the image I was trying to create because I wanted it to be safe, and it had stated up above I could do that. So again, it started coming down, and boom, it was a cartoon as well. And boom, we can't show that because it might imply sexuality. Wow. What is happening to this planet? What's happening to AI? If they have romantic chatbots, why can't I have a graphic chatbot that creates things that aren't adult? They aren't even adult themed, but they would create an image that I could use that would fit the content of what my video is about. Well, that's where I'm at, and I'm really shocked that I'm actually this bright at night. I think it's because I'm driving by buildings that are lit up, and I'm getting the tail lights of the car in front of me, so I am very warm because I also sat in the hot tub, and kind of sweating right now, just right here. But it didn't start until I started talking about this subject because it triggered me. It triggered me. So what can we do besides not use AI? Because AI is going to be here permanently. I'm pretty sure of that. And it's going to get more widespread. So how do we convince the developers and Google and Microsoft and everyone else that makes them to not be so uptight about adult matters? I wanted to talk about the prostate during Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. And I said, what would be a good image of this? And they said a diagram of a prostate would work, and it would be great, and it's YouTube safe. So I said, okay, create one. And it started, and then it got almost finished, and the screen, they erased it, and it came back and said, you triggered safety content warning. So I believe what I used for that video was just a picture of underwear, empty underwear. And by the way, that got an adult warning on it. as well. So that video has made 3 or 4 cents, and it was months ago. Why? Well, because of adult content. You know, I forgot to turn my lights on, and no one has blinked at me, and I'm over halfway home. Oh, maybe that's why I couldn't see the radio button. Okay, I'm going to let you all go because I don't want to get a ticket for driving with my lights off. That tells you how many cops are out on the road right now watching people, because I drove a good 3 miles in traffic without headlights. I'm not confessing to anything. That's just my implication, I guess, in that I'm implying that I may have done that and that my dash lights just weren't coming on, but that happens too, and then I have to reset the system. So no, I didn't confess to any crimes. Nope, it was all satire. That's right, because satire is protected under the First Amendment, which is the freedom of speech. And satire, regardless of what the president says, is not illegal and should not get me taken off the air. All right, now I'm just babbling, filling up time, filling up space, wasting your time. So I am going to let you all go, and I will see you tomorrow. And I want to say again, as always, stay cranky, my friends. Stay cranky. Bye-bye.